Hey guys, it's Raven Scry. Today I'm going to share a collective weekly reading and just leaving it very open as to how Spirit wants to connect and communicate. So I hope that you enjoy the reading. Before we start, I have a few spaces left for readings in February, so if you'd like one, please go to the About page of the channel and contact me from there. All right, so I'm going to start today by connecting with this image that's in front of you, and in a way it's like it's opening up the space and a portal for the reading to take place. So as I connect now, it's interesting. It's like I'm getting flickerings of different things coming through, but one that feels very prominent and like it's persisting quite a lot feels like a reference to a being from another dimension or another planet. And I feel as though they're wanting to give a message, and perhaps this is part of the unfolding through this reading. So they're talking about it not being what it seems as the evolution is unfolding and evolving, seeing many things that are going to change in your time, but nothing is as it seems at this time. Now they also reference, it's like now it's moved away from the direct speaking, and it's moved into a reference of a crunch. It's like I'm seeing something, and it's interesting. They're giving me an image of like a fortune cookie. And this fortune cookie's there, and then someone just stamps on it and crushes it. Now, within the levels of this, I feel as though there's so many elements here within this squashing of this cookie. But what draws my attention is that there is this message still in the cookie, and it is exposed. And although it is crushed and, broken, it's like it was inevitable. And I feel as though there is elements of illusion here that's coming in through the energy that I'm experiencing. It's like although this cookie was meant to be, formed to be crushed, and this message is to be given, it's still a level of the cycle and the letting go that has to take place in order to see how it unfolds, if that makes sense. And so it is a time of waiting, and it does feel like this sense of a pause in the moment, and it's like a pause just before something large takes place, and we move into a discovery, a place of discovery, a place of knowing where we're headed, and the path being more clear. It's like at the moment the path isn't clear. It's like there's many ideas and there's many elements all coming toward a point, a moment in time, but it's like it's not as it seems. As this being is saying, it's not as it seems. It's, only time can really tell how this will unravel. And so I want to do something a little bit different now and move along the timeline to perhaps a different snapshot of where we're moving to. So we've got this current reading that's been shown, this place of indecision. Now I'm going to move along the timeline into 1 year away. So that would be 2024, February 2024. And it's interesting because it's like I'm suddenly have this large, and it's like a large fish bowl, and it's got all these goldfish, and they're swimming around, and there's this orange cat that's looking over and just quite mesmerized by these fish that are doing these little circles and swimming. And so this cat is just there waiting. And it's interesting because the energy feels very much the same as this waiting. There's still this period of waiting that comes in, and it's like something hasn't actually happened yet, but it's like it's a pause and it's holding off, and so as I sit with this image of this fish bowl with all these little fish, I ask Spirit to help me to understand this a little bit more and give more context and depth to where we move in the next year. And so as I ask this, now the scene has changed, and there is this cat again, and this cat has a hat on, and it feels almost like a reference to something like Puss in Boots, the way that this cat looks, but he's sitting at this table and he has this large fish on his plate. They're not the little ones. They're not these small kind of goldfish that he was looking into the bowl, but it is this big fish on his plate, and he looks very happy. It's like he's got a beautiful big meal. And what really stands out to me is this sense of waiting, and the ability to be patient and wait, because inevitably there is this big fish that is on the plate in the end of what's being shown here. So it is this process of waiting and really showing this reward that's come out of this process, and perhaps to be bigger than expected is the way that it comes through to me. So as I leave that scene and move back to where we were, back at the reference of this fortune cookie, I'm going to ask Spirit to give a little bit more information here in regards to this scene, now that we've looked forward into this period of waiting, pausing in time, being patient. And so as I move back now, the scene has changed, and they're showing me this fortune cookie, and I feel as though it's before this has taken place, this crushing of this cookie, and somebody's giving this cookie to another person. Now, I feel as though it's really clear and strongly coming in. All is not what it seems. It's like being given a gift, something that you're feeling is, wow, thank you, but there's undertones and there's things that can't be trusted within this offering, because as I connect to it deeper, it's like there's all these streams which appear to be like undertones that are connected, and feel as though there's some force of pull with them. It's like they're almost pulling back the gift, and to me it feels like this gift is not offered from a pure heart. It's got all of these other things attached. So really to be mindful of accepting this, and accepting things on face value, because they're really not what they seem. And so as I connect more deeply to the pulling, it's almost like fishing. It's like I'm trying to catch something, which takes me back to this cat and this fishbowl reference. So there's an offering, but there's undertones which are actually not giving, they're taking. So I know many of you listen about crypto, and of course this could apply to the market. I also feel like it's a larger collective energy going on at the moment, and there's a lot stirring within people, within the psyche, and the clarity of heart is not as there as it could be. So just keep that in mind and stay safe and take extra care at this time. And that if something appears to be too good to be true, just take a moment to step back, to center yourself, and find the clarity in that place. So just be mindful of things not appearing as they seem, And of course, if you're centered and connected to your heart and the earth and grounded, you know, you will smell if something isn't right. You know, you'll know. So making sure that you stay close to your center at this time, and you won't be fooled by any gifts that are offered that are too good to be true. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there for the reading today. Also, just to know, there's a few readings left, private readings available. If you would like one, please go to the About page of the channel and contact me from there. If you have any thoughts or comments about what was shared today, please pop them below, and take care until next time. Raven Scry signing off.